What? Doing a one episode review rather than two this time? Very interesting. Nah, I'm just playing. Anyway, this is Green Warrior 291. I'm here to talk about episode 7 of Devil's a Part-Timer. The thing is that what I thought originally when I did episodes 5 and 6 was that this episode would be like a continuation of sorts, similar to how I said in the how Alice, Ramos, and Gabriel, like the first 4 episodes, were an arc together. I had also thought that episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8 would be together, but no, 7 finishes the the beach arc. So yeah, this is the only reason I'm even doing just one episode, since there's a few things I did wanted to make note of being separate from what episode 8 is. Anyway, let's begin this review. The episode starts off with just them finishing up on days of work. Obviously, Amane is just kind of counting the money, saying that they've done a lot better and such, while Mao's kind of just thinking back of what the reveal was from last episode. Amane is not exactly normal human and managed to beat up 3 demons, Cameo included. And then this goes into Emmy basically saying, hey, I need to talk to you. Then we roll from the opening to what the talk is about regarding Olba. Olba is back. And my gosh, he's one of those villains that you know he's going to come back. No matter how many times you put him down, he'll come back. But he is an interesting villain, considering that he getting involved means that Emmy, despite not wanting to really work with Mao and his group, now has to get involved. Anyway, Olbot is basically working with the one half of the division of demons that Mao, Alciel, and Lucifer had left off, since after they left into Isla, the demon faction became into 2, pacifists and zealots. You can imagine which one Olbot got to work with. But this means that those demons are off to Earth, so Emmy has to get involved only for the sake that it is literally Olbot messing around, which Yurishihara warned about in last episode, because he knew that Olbot was not going to stay put, and, well, he didn't. But this brings us to the fight that is happening. Amane is alerted of all of this. She knows that they are, well, demons, but she was willing to trust them. Considering her aunt trusts them, she's putting faith in them to clean up their mess, since those zealots, as the faction that Olbot is manipulating, are heading towards Earth. They're being led by one of the general of the South. I don't remember his name, but we do get to see Emmy fight, show off some good skills, restraining herself from killing them, even though she doesn't have to in her own right. This is her progressing from just trying to kill anything out of range, as she puts, to trying to only kill when necessary, as she was trying to not kill the general of the South. And we get to see her white hair again. It had been a while since we've seen this, but it's nice kind of seeing Emmy just fight. The great hero Emilia, I should point out. Anyway, aside from this, after this, Mao gets the sword that Amane brought. Amane also tells Chiho and Susanoo to stay behind, that everything should be fine with just Mao, Alciel, Urishihara, and Emmy handling the situation, though she knows when to step in, and she even shows that she ain't no normal human, and not to be underestimated, which is pretty cool. But during this, just as obviously the fight might for Emilia, no, not that Amelia, this Amelia, force Amelia to, well, kill, Mao appears. What's weird is that the general did not know it was King Satan, which I'm like, how do you not know how he looks? Perhaps his form in the human world, or our world, Earth, is probably not the same one. Until I look back, and it looks the same, so how does he not know? That might be a slight nitpick from me, but it caught my attention. But after basically once he realized that Alciel, Lucifer, and obviously the king is right there, yeah, they all stand down. Like, they're not stupid to fight. Or Ishihara. Anyway, had to bring that up. This is when they're alerted that Olbot gave them something to locate the sword, which is Emmy's sword. And what makes it interesting is that they try to say that they were not being manipulated, but they should have reported to Cameo about it. Yeah, now the general of the South is going to be working with Cameo to keep all the demons from kind of causing a riot, because without the king, of course, things kind of go south. But what's interesting is how Mao is able to convince the demons that no need to worry about the sword. I got it. He grabs onto Emmy and obviously is trying to say, she's my prisoner, in a sense. Which later, after they leave, yeah, she's just like, get off. And right after that, they are able to clean up the mess. I'm sad to see Cameo go. He's such a interesting character. I would like to know more. After this, they basically all go back the next day, and yeah, they're basically getting kicked out. So their mess caused all of the spirits that are supposedly getting themselves ready for the afterlife to be disrupted. So they were not happy by it. And it's interesting by that. It adds in ghosts, something that last season was having an episode related to it that led nowhere except to Ishihara just wanting his Game Boy, DS, one of those devices back, which, oh, that doesn't end well for it.
Just tell me one thing. Do I have to punch you when I get home?
What? Why?
But that does just connect a few things together. After this, after getting kicked out, they get their 50,000 yen, which is the equivalent of $348.98 or 93 cents. One of the two. Anyway, yeah, they basically all get their money because they all worked, including the girls. They all head towards this place, this lookout of sense, and just Mao appreciating what the world is, which brings back to the topic of Mao basically learning more of humans, not just the emotion side, but just what they can do. Which brings back into a topic with Emmy and how he's like, I'll dominate this world and you. Which, of course, we have what I call the Chiho jealous mode coming in, basically wanting a clarification.
When you say dominate, you mean in the conquer the world way, not the bedroom way, right?
I don't. Now you went and made it creepy.
And I gotta love that even Emmy was just caught off guard, and I feel like she also did not think in the conquering the world kind of domination, if you know what I mean. So I don't know why Emmy would think that. She should know by now that Mao doesn't really work like that, but it's kind of funny and brings into something that Emmy is obviously getting feelings for him. Since the end of season one, it definitely hints it. But this for sure, with Alice Ramos obviously being their child in a sense and getting them closer together, it is obviously bridging that gap between the two more. From enemies to allies to eventually friends, and then obviously for most who have seen the ending, they know if they either become lovers or not, but let's just not think of that since the light novels did ended, and obviously it does tell who Mao ends up with. But for now, the sake of things of what is current, yeah, that's where it's building up to. Possible love interest. And Chiho knows this, which is why she's jealous, which is bringing the whole Chiho, Mao, Emmy love triangle, yeah, a question mark. It is just a mess, a fun mess. And now, kind of just, yeah, after getting berated by everyone, it's just, he just enjoys himself. And yeah, that's the end of the episode. What do I say? I mean, there's a lot that is going on in the background, as I said. And the show, despite this arc being a bit shorter than expected, I thought one more episode, but that's fine. It does tell that although they're doing slice of life things, there are more important pressing matters that are happening, and it's building up to it. It is slowly building up to something big, and I honestly can't wait for it.